Watching on demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Welcome to your last Loose Women of the Week. Joining me, Nadia Swala, for today's Hot Topics and Lunchtime Laughs. It's Katie Piper, Linda Robson and Stacey Solomon. Coming up, we have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of emotions from you at home following our very honest chat about the menopause yesterday. We'll be sharing some of your stories and revealing the viewer video that reduced us all to tears. And this is a good one. If you struggle to find a nice, alcohol-free and non-insulting greeting card for a loved one, you're not alone. We're asking if birthday cards have got too offensive and having a good old rant about the other things that have made us rage at 12:45. There might be quite a bit from Stacey. And we've got a double helping of the Solomons today. Stacey's sister Gemma, the lovely, lovely Gemma, joins us to share her story and tips on how she took the leap from nursing.
What the hell?
Into
Did she
launching
give you
her
those
own
pictures?
business. Is that you?
Yeah.
Good on you. And of course, we'll be getting her to dish the dirt on what Stacey was really like growing up. Stacey's so looking forward to this, aren't you, Stacey?
Yes, this is going to be my show, I can tell.
Now, this weekend could potentially be the last one we spend behind masks, with legal rules enforcing them being dropped on Monday, so-called Freedom Day. So, how are we feeling, girls? Will you be chucking yours? Because you're exempt, aren't you?
I'm exempt, but I own masks. I own lots of nice masks and the really awful ones as well. And I won't be binning them. I think now for me, it's going to be down to etiquette. So there'll be places I go where you can see the body language of people. They're elderly, they're vulnerable. I will just wear it to make them feel better. But I will be glad to not have to wear it in places like when I watch my daughter play ballet and I want her to see my expression. I think that contact is important. So
and presumably for your children as well to see other people's faces, because that's been a big gap for a lot of little ones, isn't it? I mean, I feel that when I smile at babies in a pram and they can't see me smiling.
It's no
just look like a maniac. Yeah.
But we're not even, I mean, like, my kids will have their sports, Leighton's got his sports day today, and you're lucky if you're a parent that gets to go to a sports day, let alone let them see your expression. So I think people might just be relieved. We'll just do what I feel like I'm just going to end up doing what I'm told. Either way, so if they say wear a mask when it's appropriate, these are the places you need to wear a mask, this is where you don't, I'll just follow the guidelines as usual. But
do you do that just because it's the guidelines and
because
actually
it's
because
what
it feels like the right thing for you?
No, I think that, like what Katie was saying, there are times when you can read the room and you know you're in a place with people who are vulnerable. But a lot of the time I feel a little bit frustrated. I feel like there are certain things I would love to be doing right now that I'm not allowed to, and there are certain things that I'm allowed to do that
you don't care to.
Well, I don't know what's the difference. I can go
the
and watch.
Disparity is just getting us all down.
I can watch someone else's kid run in a big, sporting event, but I couldn't watch my own. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm looking forward to not having to wear a mask, I must say, although I will obviously wear one if I'm around people. If I went to the theatre, I would wear a mask. If I was on a plane, I would definitely wear a mask. If I was in a confined space, or if I was around people that looked like they were anxious because I wasn't, or if I'd got too close to them, I think I'd always keep a mask with me in my pocket or whatever. But in general, I'm looking forward to never wearing a mask again.
I just worry again that, like, so often with this government, it seems like they hand us stuff that is going to cause more division, because I worry about the shops and the place and the different mayors that want different rules. Who are the people that are going to have to enforce that? I'm thinking of the security guard in the shop.
And that's not fair, because they're going to be the punch bag for the people that get aggressive. But I do think there's a certain set of people in society that whatever it would be, they would get aggressive and call people out, whether it's COVID, whether it's parking wars, whatever it is, you will always get people that will come up and challenge you and come in that personal space.
Yeah, that's the thing that worries me the most. It's interestingly, we did a poll, and 75% of you who took part in the poll said that they will be keeping their masks. It's quite interesting.
I
isn't it?
don't
didn't
think
it'd be
anyone's
much
going to just be like, see you later, goodbye, because I still think there's there.
I think plenty will, Stace.
But I don't know, because I think when if you ever have to go into a hospital or a care home or anything like that, I don't think the rules are going to be relaxed there.
Well,
so you're going to need a mask at some point to go.
I think it's going to be like, like you say, if you feel that you're in a situation that would be it leave you more vulnerable to others, then why not? It doesn't hurt, does it?
What even is happening on Monday? Can I just ask?
What?
Sorry, Linda.
Go on.
What is that like? What's the freedom?
That we don't have, there's no restrictions at all. Everything goes back to the way life
So
was.
can we like travel anywhere?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a little bit hormonal today,
No, I
so we're
don't
all
feel
quite
like, I feel like this
There's
all.
certain countries you can travel to, isn't there? I don't.
Well, there
think
is
so.
now.
But here,
Is
we're
it
back
still
to
gonna be-
doing, we're back to exactly, you can do whatever you like.
Whatever you like on Monday.
But with the caveat that it would be sensible to impose on yourself any restrictions, but it's totally up to you.
Okay.
Go on, Linda.
Sorry, Linda.
That's all right, darling. His comments, I'm scared of you today, Stacey. As I work as a sales assistant, I will still be wearing a mask in busy areas of the shop. That's from Robin. Chris says, why not wear it? It's no hassle. I've sometimes walked home with mine on because I've forgotten I'm wearing it. I've never forgotten I'm wearing it. Currently isolating as a son has COVID, and with several friends in the teaching profession isolating. It's crazy out there, so let's mitigate our risk.
Thank you. Thanks, Linda.
No more.
No. I feel like
Just
you're never
one
going
more
to stop.
installment. Sorry, Arlene.
It's like somebody's pressed
Sorry,
the button.
Arlene.
We don't
Arlene
know
didn't
to
stop
turn
it.
it off.
And she says they're still required to wear them.
Right.
Thanks, Linda. No,
I don't believe Arlene.
It was beautifully done.
Right. Now,
Here on Loose Women, we are, as you know, passionate about talking about the things that aren't always discussed on television. And yesterday was no exception after our very candid chat about the menopause and knowing about what signs to spot. If any of this is chiming with you, don't think that you know everything about this and you're too frightened about this. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Go to the menopause website. There's so much information there.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be suffering the way that you are. Oh, well, we've had a huge response with some amazing comments. I was reading lots of them yesterday on Twitter and Instagram votes, and you were making me well up. I answered as many as I could. Vicky sent us this very moving video. Have a look.
I've just watched Loose Women talking about the menopause. I'm going to phone the doctor. What I've just witnessed, amazing. I have no tolerance for anybody. I am crying, hello, all the time. Something in my brain has just gone click just from listening to all the women talking about the menopause on TV. Thank you, Loose Women.
Oh, and thank you, Vicky, because that was exactly how we wanted to reach people, because there is not enough information. Women are suffering in the way that they don't need to, and it's great having two youngsters on today, because I don't think we had any youngsters yesterday.
Love being called a
Vicky
youngster.
Vicky really wanted us to show that today, I think, because she really feels now that she's got maybe some answers to some questions that she had. And you, Katie, was saying, well, it's weird because I don't really know anything about the menopause because I'm not really at the age, but actually we're all at the age. As women, it's our right to know more about it.
But this is the frustrating thing with women's health. We don't get taught anything till intervention stage. You know, we don't get told about our periods till we start them on our own at school. We don't get talked about what happens in menopause or premenopause or until we're at that stage. And you're like poor Vicky crying and having to learn about it on television. And really, that's not good enough. You know, we all need to know about menopause. Young boys, young girls, men, women, so we can support the women in our life that are going through it and understand them.
So do you think now you are now more curious because you thought this was like something you have to worry about in a while?
I've got to tell you how ignorant I am. I thought it was like 60s plus.
Yeah.
I literally thought I was
the
way
same till
away.
it hit me.
Yeah.
What about you, Stace?
I think that actually the most heartbreaking thing about watching Vicky, is it Vicky? Is if we did have some kind of a proper education around hormones and hormonal changes, not just in women but in men, the menopause, periods, all of those stages of our lives where we do really struggle and we can lash out and we can become, we can do things that are just out of character. it would really help our children. And I remember, when I look at Vicky, I remember my mum had a really early menopause, and there were lots of things that happened to my mum that we just thought, that's just who she is, you know, that's just what she does. And I just think it's really sad. My mum probably never got any of the support that she needed at that point in her life. You know, I think about my grandma, and I mean, even if she knew what was happening to her, my grandma, she was of a generation where they just didn't talk about any of that stuff. And it's not even about the person going through it, it's also about everybody around them understanding that it's not them.
That
it's
is
not,
so,
you know.
so true. And that's what we were saying yesterday on the show. This isn't just about women, because it impacts on everyone.
Yeah.
On your employers, on your marriages, on your job. So this is a conversation for the entire population of the world to have, not just women at menopause stage.
Your mum was really early going through
Yeah, she was in her early 30s.
So she probably wouldn't have even thought about that these symptoms could have been that.
Do you think wrongly there's still shame attached to it, then it's still taboo, do you think?
I think it is. I think there are still taboos, but
I don't
we
know
are
if
going to
it's taboo.
keep smashing that one here, aren't we, girls?
Don't you just think as well women's health is no one
We've
cares?
been talking about this for a long time, and I think we were one of the first shows that ever actually spoke about
Yeah.
it. Because I know at one time people were saying, "Oh, they'll switch off if you start talking about that."
Yeah.
No, it's really important to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think there's no research, much less funding. So much more goes into, and I'm not saying it shouldn't. The amount that goes into men's health should 100% go into men's health. But why is there like such a reduction when it comes to female
I mean,
health?
like we've been joking with you this morning about your rage. You know,
I mean, I could be in a room with Vicky right now and we would vibe.
but it's rooted in biology. I mean, you're in your third trimester and your hormones are raging and your emotions. And I'm actually loving woman to woman watching you, because we understand it. We see it and we understand it. And so there's sympathy and empathy for you. One minute you're smiles and the next minute you're quite angry. And that's okay. Because you are also growing a life just on your own whilst on television.
That's
How
why
cool
Joe's
is that?
got away fishing.
Yeah, exactly. He knows what's good for him, Linda.
So do you think, just quickly, we haven't got much time left, do you think we need to actually, even with periods, spend a bit more time on that as well?
I think we normalise it. I mean, we're normalising it here today, aren't we? We take away that embarrassment. It's not a dirty word. It's a really natural thing that if we were all up to speed on it, we would be understanding.
I mean, they're still using that cassette, aren't they? They're still using the same cassette. I'm telling you, it's the same videotape that they used at my school that they're still using now at my son's school to show you the egg travelling down the tube and into the little triangle of the. And I just think, oh my God, show him a dirty pad and say, one day you're going to wake up, this is going to be in your knickers. But seriously, it is.
It's true. Let's get real.
Yeah.
Let's get really
Honestly,
real.
when I started my period, I thought I'd pooed myself. That sounds so bad because I just had no idea what on
And
earth
also
it
very
was.
sad, because that's also really scary, and that nobody
I had
should
no
be
idea.
scared.
I did think, what have I done? Like, how has this happened? I haven't done this since I was about 2. Like, what? What's wrong with me?
Oh, hormones. It's one of my favourite
Sorry.
subjects, I have to say. No, I could spend the rest of the show doing it, but I think we've got to move on. After the break, as 63-year-old Sharon Stone, why do you have to say her name? Her age, has been twirling round Pan in this fabulous fairy tale frock, we'll be asking if there's any such thing as feeling too old to dress like a Disney character. Stacey?
No. You keep asking me this. The answer will always be no.
Okay, well, you've got to brace yourself again, Stace, because we've dug out one of your most embarrassing moments on Loose Women. And at 1 o'clock, whether it's rude birthday cards, parking, or DIY delays, we'll be revealing what's made our rage pages and give you license to have a good old rant too. See you after this. Welcome back to Friday's Loose Women. At 1:15, we'll be chatting to Stacey's big sister Gemma about her new business with Lord Sugar. Plus, we'll test the girls on how well they really know each other with a game of sister-sister. And whether it's lockdown hormones or people just being annoying that have got you raging, we'll be telling you why it's okay to let it all out. Join us for a rant and rave in 15 minutes. But now, how do you fancy winning £250,000?
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
Yes, it would, Linda, but you can't enter, as you very well know. But the viewers can, and lines closed at 4 p.m, so they've got to be quick. Natalie Anderson has all the details.
Time is running out to enter our massive competition. I've got a humongous £250,000 cash prize. That's right, £250,000 is waiting for one lucky winner. Here's some of our past winners to tell you what it's like to get that phone call from ITV.
It felt amazing to get that phone call. I was so surprised and shocked. I was on the phone and screaming down the phone, yay!
In 3 words, it'd be totally unreal. You know, that is so good.
I felt blessed, and that lasted me a long time. I just felt really blessed about winning the competition. Imagine getting that call. Your life could get a whole lot better with £250,000 to spend. You've got to be quick, as lines close today at 4 p.m. For another chance to win, go to the website. Entries cost £2. Text CASH to 82248. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Call 09068 782248. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to CD25 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close today at 4 p.m. Good luck.
Ooh, Sharon Stone has been stepping out of the Cannes Film Festival in this fairy tale frock. Wow, that's a frock and a half. With some comparing the look to that of a Disney princess. And she's not the only one who likes a bit of Disney, is she, Stacey? I could see you in that dress, Stacey.
I would definitely wear that dress. That is a dream dress.
Yeah, I remember when it was like quite early on when you were at Loose Women and we did a red carpet, and you turned up in this blue netting dress. And I was like, wow, she's so brave because it was so different from everyone else. And you just looked amazing and you just didn't care.
Oh, thanks, Ned. I didn't know where that was going, and it's turned really nice.
And you had trainers on with it. And I always love that picture when it pops up somewhere.
Aw.
But anyway, so I know that you are not going to say that there is any problem with wearing a Disney-like dress.
I don't think there's any problem with wearing any dress that you like. You know how I feel about clothes.
Yeah.
Nads, I've always felt like this. I've never understood the clout that clothes have over people. Like, it just makes... It gives some people the right to judge a person based on their appearance, and I just don't understand it. If you want to wear a suit, if you want to wear shorts, if you want to wear trousers, there's no... To me, it doesn't bear any indication as to who you are as a person. That's just what you want to wear.
I hope this is a generational thing then, and things have changed. You know, I was watching an old show the other time. I sound really sad. I don't ever watch myself on television, but there was a reason for it. And I was thinking, oh my God, I've changed the way I dress so completely. You know, I'm a feminist. I believe that we should all be doing whatever we want. But by osmosis, I have actually changed the way that I dress. Mostly I wear black when I'm not on telly. Mostly I try and look as sort of quiet as I can in whatever I'm wearing. And that's happened without me noticing, really.
But I think it's a female thing. And I think, you know, in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, you dress differently. And I don't know if that happens to men. I don't know if their wardrobe kind of declines as they get older. I mean, I agree with you, Stace. You shouldn't dress for other people. But I'm a hypocrite because I know I do. So sometimes I'll go places and I'll second guess, well, this is how I want that person to view me, so I'm going to wear this. I wore the most beautiful princess dress for my wedding, like lace, but it probably would have been considered as an old-fashioned dress, but it wasn't. But I think for me it's connected to nostalgia of like feeling young again, feeling like a little girl, feeling free. But really, we shouldn't overthink it.
So, like today, you look amazing.
It's this princess.
Would you
though.
go?
This
you
is
look
feminine.
just stunning. Would you wear that to, say, a business meeting?
No, because I think I would be seen as too girly, which wrongly I would connect to a weakness. And I want to seem powerful, so I would wear...
But wouldn't your personality and your intelligence and everything about your being prove that you are or deserve to be wherever you are in those meetings, not anything about what you
Yes.
wear?
And I wish, but I feel like an alpha male environment, if I was the only female at the table, I'd feel like I'm one step behind already. So I'd want to feel in control and powerful. And I would call it power dressing if I wore a suit. But
I mean, if it makes you feel more confident, which then in turn is going to make you perform better, I understand it. But I think we allow too much power in the way that we look, when actually every bit of substance that you have is there without anyone
I suppose
seeing
the
you.
ultimate goal is to think, listen, I am going to come like this, like I'm going to come like this, and you can underestimate me, this room full of men, and then, you know, good luck. Because I might look like this, but I'm also just as smart, just as sassy, and just as on it.
Would you say you dress for you?
Well, I don't know. I just try and just like sneak in and sneak out places without being noticed. I mean, when I'm on telly, I'm like this, but not in my life. I've just shut myself up with what I wear.
Now I look at that picture and I think she looks absolutely beautiful and the dress is absolutely gorgeous, but practically, how the hell is she going to go toilet? What toilet is she going to... She's got all that dress. There's no way she's not going to wee on it.
You should
got a
probably
sheepy,
go
maybe.
in it. I bet there's a toilet under the skirt. Yeah, like a portaloo under
But
there.
never mind any of that.
it's
What
itchy.
have you got on your head?
Oh, I don't know. They told me to put an airband on. I just do as I'm told. And I've got a bracelet on and a necklace. That makes me look like a princess, doesn't it?
So do you feel more princessy?
No, I don't. I feel stupid.
You're quite like me, actually, aren't you? Where it's like,
If
oh
I
yeah,
was
that's
going
lovely,
to
I'm
a
comfortable.
meeting or if I was going to a wedding, I'd probably wear the same thing. As long as I'm comfortable, I'd have the same shoes on, comfortable shoes, comfortable clothes, and I'd be happy as anything, honestly. If I go to a red carpet thing, I might wear my shoes for just like 2 minutes, and then I have my bag and put my flip-flops on.
I don't
It's a
think there's
nightmare.
anything wrong with that. I think you wear what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And being
Well,
comfortable makes you happy,
does,
doesn't it?
really
So it's
does,
like,
yeah.
if you want to go into, I don't know, the Ritz with your flip-flops on, well, maybe they won't let you, but you go in there, Linda.
I'd say that you'll feel you're most confident, and that's important.
Yeah, I've been out with Linda, and she just really doesn't care whether she's not allowed to. She's coming through
I'm going in
in
there
whatever way
anyway.
she. As I suppose that's true confidence. Judge me, and you may.
Yeah. I'm a
national
You may
treasure.
regret it. You are a little.
Yeah, you are,
You're our
Linda.
little national treasure, Linz. Right. We'll be finding out the surprising role Stacey played in setting up her sister with her future husband when we catch up with her sister Gemma at 1:15. And after the break. Sexist, rude, offensive, just some of the words I'd use to describe these cards. But are jokey greeting cards just a bit of fun, or have they gone too far? See you after this. Welcome back to Friday's Loose Women, alongside me, Nadia Swallow, Katie Piper, Stacey Solomon, Linda Robson, and Stacey.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was giving a great big smile then. You thought you got away with it, didn't you? The Disney clip. But we've got it.
Showing it now.
Yeah, we ran out of time.
Why?
Guess what? We've made time. Let's have a look.
Why have we made time?
Stacey's not normally late. I don't know where she is. Where are you? What you doing?
Is this a bit too much?
Now, don't you just love her for that? That's confidence coming out and singing it in a Disney dress in front of the woman that originally sang it.
Yeah,
What's her name?
I mean,
Adina Menzel.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it because now you can just show it whenever you want. Throw it in there for no reason.
I hope your sister Gemma's at home watching that as well, because that could be a nice one. She can wind you up. There she is. You can wind her up about that later, Gemma. Right, still to come. For one lunchtime only, it's buy one Solomon, get one free. And Stacey's sister Gemma joins us at 1:15.
Welcome to hell.
And we're really looking forward to seeing you, Gemma. Now, you've got some embarrassing stories to entertain us with, Gemma.
I have got loads to tell you, girls.
Just remember, I've got some on you as well.
Goody, goody, goody. Right, so a well-being expert, doesn't that sound lovely? It sounds reassuring, has recommended that women keep a rage page.
What about me?
A piece of paper, basically, where they can rant and rave about whatever's making them angry, big or small. Let it all out. And Stacey, you've mentioned today that you have been feeling particularly angry. We understand it's your third trimester and you're having a girl, and apparently you can be a bit more emotional when you're having a girl.
Is that what
So-
they say?
That's what they say. It's official. I've got it.
Maybe
On,
it's
I've got it on a loose
Oh.
woman card, so it must be the truth. So what makes you rage these days?
Is that some kind of joke?
No.
You mean it?
No,
What
no.
doesn't?
What makes
But if you don't want to answer it, you
No, it's
don't have
fine.
to.
it's not rage. It's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? It's more like things that just agitating me. Even just just reading that, when you just read the screen there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we suggest this for women." Men get angry as well, so why don't we suggest this for men?
Well, they can do it too. We
Well,
don't
I know,
mind men.
but
If
it's
you want to
always
do it,
targeted to us, isn't it? Like, we're crazy people. Do you know what else bugs me? Is that no one really knows what's happening on Monday with the rules and restrictions. It also bugs me that I'm bugged. Like, it actually upsets me that I feel this way.
Your
Because
rage is making you rageful.
well, it is, because I'm not like this, and it's a lot of energy being cross all the time, and like finding everything a bit agitating. So I'd much rather be happy. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm choosing this; it's chose me.
Do you feel better after you have a bit of a rage? Have you ever like written down your feelings like a stream of consciousness and felt better?
I think if I'm anxious, writing things down is a really good exercise for me. I think with anger and emotions like that, actually just losing it a little bit at people, people that I know will still be there afterwards and who love me and understand.
I think that might be why Joe's gone fishing.
100% why he went fishing this week, Linda. He saw an opportunity and took the window. And I think it was what's best for him, us, our relationship, like just everything.
Joe, stay fishing. But Linda, I can feel
God.
you're just like
So
bubbling
many
with
things
it.
make me angry. First of all, people that don't queue.
Linda, have you got a list?
She's written it
Yeah,
down.
it's down on the list.
But I don't need the list because I've got it in my head. I know what to say. People that don't queue, or they make out they didn't know there was a queue and try walk into the front, and then I'll say, "Excuse me, there's a queue here." I get really angry with that. Bad manners when people don't say thank you or please. What else is there? Promising, but thank you. I think my husband, who's been promising to put protector things under the sofa for about a year now, is always too busy, and so I sing a song, busy doing nothing, and then he still doesn't put them on. And the other thing that drives me round the blooming bend is he's got them Invisalign things on his teeth, so you know them like the clear sort of teeth.
Yeah.
And he can never find them. And he's
It's
got a little
invisible.
case that they're meant to go in, and he goes, "Anyone seen my teeth?"
Oh, a long marriage is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
So off we all go looking for his teeth, because they're see-through, you can't find the blooming thing. Eventually we find them under his pillow or on the sofa or down the corner of the sofa. So the other day I was looking for him and I put him in his glasses case.
Linda, I feel like you love a rage.
Do you, Katie? Do you love a rage?
Yeah.
Rage is a strong word, right? Because I associate rage with like the whole red mist kind of feeling. And I will say, after years of CBT therapy, I've learned how to sort of deal with the fight or flight and not get myself to that place. And there was a really good coping mechanism that a therapist gave me, which is similar to this rage page, where you write a letter to an individual. So the person that's kind of made that heightened feeling in you, made you livid, blood boiling, and you completely write it, sign it off, you fold it all up, you put it in the envelope, you even go as far as to address it, and then you shred it. And that physical act has expelled your body. So you're still getting the anger, but you've let it out, you've processed it. And I would say now, I never raged on day-to-day small things. I'll get angry, upset, disappointed, hurt, but no, nobody makes me lose my control like that.
Does rage frighten you then?
Not to the point where it is sort of like an out-of-body experience and it's difficult. I have coping mechanisms and ways to process it now, and that has been a long time coming. But I just never sweat the small stuff.
Well, you've worked really hard at it. It's actually really hard,
Yeah,
haven't
it's a
you?
big commitment.
11 years you've been doing CBT.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like rigorous, isn't it?
Twice a
CBT?
week. Like, imagine how much money they've made from me. Best patient ever. They don't want me to leave.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I do encourage my girls to just write a stream of consciousness. Think nobody's ever going to sit. Just get it down on
Good
paper.
journal helps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm brilliant at giving advice, but unfortunately, what I do is just stand and rage like a maniac. And the thing is, there's something very addictive about that, because you get adrenaline, you get cortisol,
Yeah, you
and
do.
though we'll say, "Oh, it feels so good," actually, the other side
Bad
of
for
it
your
is very
tummy.
exhausting.
Bad
But
for
you
your
have
life
to be around
expectancy.
people who really get you and understand you. I think it's so good to lose it sometimes. I actually find it really helpful. you know, I know what you mean, Katie. I don't mean rage, red mist,
Yeah.
like lose it. I mean, but just be,
Livid.
yeah, really blooming cross. Like, I can't say much because we're live on telly, but really blooming cross. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do.
And just
I
like,
really know what you mean.
lose it.
Yeah.
And the people around you know that it's not personal and
Yeah.
it's not direct.
You have to
them,
do it with
even
those
though
you
That's
love.
a
sometimes.
regretful rage. That's a private rage. That's better.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's
So,
not
yeah.
Facebook. Like,
But even if you are in Asda, and, like, there's been times when the kids, you know
almost
what it's
suddenly in
like?
Asda.
Because the kids are like losing it on the floor, and I just think, I'm just going to lay next to you in a minute and lose it with you because I just can't do it. I'm just going to lay on my back.
Oh, Linda, it's such a
shout.
shame you can't give her a hug.
Oh.
She needs a big hug.
And Nanny Linda,
Throw
the
Nanny
hug.
Linda hug from there.
That also makes me
Right.
rageful. No hug.
Right, okay.
Sorry.
I
Wait till
don't know if we
Monday.
should talk about rage anymore. It seems to be triggering Stacey. Oh, well. Here's something else from my rage page. Now, greetings card. I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday. I came across this brilliant account called Get the Lowdown. Follow it, guys. Brilliant, really female account about periods and everything. I loved it. And there was a really good post there. And it sort of triggered. I think, God, I've been thinking about this for a long time about this, and I never say anything. More and more these days, you go into card shops and I stand there and I think, is there one here that isn't offensive? I mean, look at this one. This one says, shoes and handbags are the reason God gave women arms and legs.
oh,
And this one, did you know wine can actually help you? Oh, sorry, Linda. Excuse me. Wine can actually help you lose weight on your birthday. And this one has a picture of a sink with the words gin and tonic saying kitchen essentials. Now, ha, a bit funny. Don't think they're that particularly funny. I don't think they're
I
that
don't really get it, to be honest.
creative.
What,
I mean,
the
what
tap's
are
gin and the other tap's tonic?
Yeah, it's just this.
So where'd you get your hot and cold water from?
It's back to cleaning. It's just this reduction of art, I think, and it's just as bad on the male side of the cards as well.
Can I just say that sneezer's giving me a little movement?
Okay, right, moving on. So
I love you, Linda.
yeah, so yeah, reducting people. You know, with women, it's all cupcakes, prosecco, handbags, and you know, as you know, my husband hasn't drunk for 16 years. It's really hard to go into a card shop and find a card for men that isn't just all about alcohol. Now, I know lots of people say, "Oh, stop being so po-faced. It's just a bit of fun," but I think it's just so indicative, often, of the way that we just think within society. It's just so reductive. It's so unimaginative.
I
It's
love
just-
the funny ones though. I always get a funny one. I never get a romantic one from my husband. I always get him one like, "Happy birthday, you've ruined my life." The kids I get the nice ones for, but for them we always go for funny ones.
You buy
really.
lovely cards, glittery ones.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
save all your cards.
Yeah, they're nice. I can't wait to
Yeah,
get one.
I love
Yeah.
But honestly, sometimes you go to a card shop and there's just nothing that you could buy for anyone. Don't you find
Yeah,
that?
and we've moved on in every other
So
area. We're so
moved
much
on,
better than
yeah.
this. You know, it's disappointing.
Yeah. Katie's disappointed.
I'm not rageful. I'm
She's
disappointed.
very disappointed. 11 years of CBT. Stacey's fanning herself. Right, after the break, Stacey's sister Gemma joins us, and the pair are so close, they even sound the same. But can you and we guess which sis said this?
Hi, my name's Stacey Solomon and I'm from Essex.
Oh,
I know.
but is it really Stacey? Find out after this.
I know who that was.
Hello again. In just a moment, we'll be chatting to Stacey's sounder-like sister Gemma. So, did you guess who this was? Let's hear the rest of the clip.
Hi, my name's Stacey Solomon and I'm from Essex, and I was so annoying growing up that my dad had to build a wall in between our bedroom to stop me arguing with my perfect sister.
Oh, well, we were arguing about that in the break. When someone saying Stacey, someone saying Gemma, but it is it really Stacey? Was
No,
it their
I don't
dad?
think we sound alike at
It
all.
was a lovely Gemma, and we'll hear more about that in a minute. But first, it's competition time, and it's our biggest prize this summer. £250,000 is up for grabs, and Natalie Anderson has all the details.
It's the last week of our biggest prize of the summer. I've got £250,000 to give away, but I need a winner. Could you be our next quarter of a millionaire? You've got to be quick, as lines close today at 4 p.m. But first, let's hear what it's like to get that winning call.
Won £80,000. Congratulations. No way. Congratulations. Wow, thank you. You expect to happen to other people, not to you. Wow.
If you want that kind of winning feeling, then it's time to get entering. And you, yes you, could be answering the call to find out that you've won £250,000. For another chance to win, go to the website. Entries cost £2. Text CASH to 82248. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Call 09068 782248. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to CD 25 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close today at 4 p.m. Good luck.
Our guest today is a business partner of Lord Sugar, a mum of 3, as well as a paediatric nurse and party planner. And if that wasn't enough, she's also the sister of our very own Stacey. Oh, Gemma, it's so lovely to see you. Now, Gemma, before we talk about all the exciting stuff that's going on with you, have you noticed a bit of a change in Stacey recently?
I'll say a small change because I've got to see her later on, so I've got to be careful with my words.
So you've been watching throughout and seen that it's just been a little bit volatile. Gemma, oh my God, what an exciting time for you. Now, we've been hearing about you for years from Stacey, who's enormously proud of you. And you were a full-time paediatric nurse before the pandemic. And then you took a leap of faith, as many women did actually during the pandemic, and started your own business, though you're still a part-time paediatric nurse. Tell us, how did it start?
I mean, I've been labelling for quite a few years now. We've had a label maker since about 2016, and I was forever labelling around the home. And I had a balloon business where I labelled on balloons, and I did like the kids' water bottles and things like that. So it kind of just grew and grew and grew. And we got to a point where all of my family, we were sitting around, and organisation was just huge. So we just decided, you know what? Let's just give this a go. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's really useful. So let's see what happens. And it was the best decision that I ever made.
I mean, it really has snowballed, hasn't it? You two, you're just so crafty pair, aren't you?
Gemma's actually way more crafty than me and creative. And for ages, I was saying to her, Gem, come on, just do it. You love it, just go for it. You love making labels. She used to label all of our memory boxes and stuff. Do you remember, Gem? And all our balloons. And then all of a sudden, I never saw her. You were in your garden shed every day, all day, till 4 in the morning. And I thought, what's she doing? And she was making labels. So she started selling them, and I just lost my sister. She was in the shed 24 hours a day.
So is that why you then introduced her to Lord Sugar?
No, so Gemma then decided to write to Alan to say, I need some help. Do you know any advice for small businesses? Because she was overwhelmed. Do you remember, James? Oh, I don't want to speak for you.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, no, we did. But so once, I sent the email, we just kind of came back, didn't we? I remember sitting there, Stacey, and thinking, is he ever going to reply? What will happen? We just didn't know. And for ages, it was quite quiet, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden, we'd heard back, and it was just what do we do now? He actually replied to us. So, it was such an exciting time, but also so strange because we was right in the middle of the pandemic, and so obviously you couldn't ever see anyone. So everything was done either by email or Zoom calls or FaceTimes and things like that. So it's a very different way of meeting somebody and being introduced to somebody. But yes, possibly.
You were quite grateful for that, though, James, weren't you? that you didn't have to meet Alan in person. You were like, yeah, let's do it on the Zoom. And I remember when you told me about your first meeting, because we never thought he would have the time or, not have the time. That's wrong. We asked
The
him.
interest even.
Yeah,
Busy.
he's very busy, extremely busy, and doing loads of other things. So when he wrote back and asked for a Zoom meeting and was interested in Gemma's business, we just couldn't believe it. And I remember Gemma finishing her first Zoom call, and I said, so how did it go? And she was like, yeah, he said, what on earth are these things? What are they, these labels?
He didn't even know what
couldn't
labels
get his
were.
head around
But he looked at your figures and saw this is a really viable business. So fantastic, really is. You're both
brave.
Yeah, you're both so lovely, and I love watching you both on Instagram. I'm obsessed.
Can you tell us a little bit about how, when you met your husband, what Stacey did for you?
Oh, when I met my husband, we was talking the other day about how we support each other and always pick each other up. And there's a really funny time that when I met my now husband, we basically met in a nightclub. So when he asked to take me out, I said, "You're never going to remember who I am, what I look like." He said, "I will." So he turned up at my house, and I said to Stacey, "Can you go and get in the car with him, please? Because he thinks he knows what I look like." So she was like, "No," and I was like, "Please." He said he wants to take me out. So she got in the car, and he drove off with her.
Oh my God! So what happened then? Where did you go? I just had to say, no, I'm not Gemma. Sorry, can you drive me back home?
And the thing is, you get on brilliantly now, but it wasn't always the same, was it? As teens, your dad had a very nifty way of keeping the two of you safe.
Yeah, we
hate
I
each
so
other.
we used to argue. We were typical teenagers, but we used to, classic picture there, probably carried on. But yeah, he ended up building a wall in the middle of our bedroom to give us our own space. It was like a really hollow.
We went to school one day and came home, and when I say he built a wall in the middle of the room, he didn't even consider windows. Like, he just went straight through the middle of the window.
What did he build it with?
With like plasterboard and plasterboard.
He's crafty too.
Honestly, we argued so much. Being 18 months apart, I think, as teenagers was really
It was
difficult.
like War of the Roses.
Yeah, well, it was
Now,
worse, Linda.
How lovely how close you are now, though.
Yeah, I do. I'm so grateful, actually, that we're only 18 months apart, because I don't know what I'd do without you, James, actually, a lot of the time.
And you know,
For sure.
and you know what, we all went and visited, didn't we, recently?
so
and watching you
lovely.
together with all your children, I left I'd had a wonderful day, but I also felt a bit sad because it's a bit like the Waltons.
It was, yeah.
It really was.
The most
All this
beautiful- everything was perfect, wasn't it? The sun was shining.
The
we were
swing
all-
was
yeah.
swinging, the gorgeous
Swimming
children.
pool was there.
Well, we
Oh,
don't
so
control the
nice.
sun or the wind, but we do.
Okay, just really quickly, because we've got to go very soon, but what's the most annoying thing about Stacey, Gemma, from a big sister's point of
Cheers,
view?
lads.
You've got 20 seconds.
What's the most annoying thing? That she thinks she's the tidiest sister, for sure. Tells everyone
am.
I'm the tidy one.
You think you're the tidy one?
Gemma, unfortunately, she's got a hit show proving it. Thank you so much, my darling. Hope to see you really soon, my love.
love you, Jem.
Bye, honey. That's all we have time for today. Next week, it's a blast from Loose Past with Kate Thornton. Actress Sally Phillips will also be here. Plus, we'll be delving into Kay's life before Loose. Have a great weekend. Ta-da.